What Liverpool are you expecting this weekend?
A good one. I understand 100% where you're coming from. Yes, that's a strange, very average season we play so far in general, and having a couple of the highest results in this club's history, which is absolutely strange. And I think, and I said after the Leeds game that I thought the game was the best we played this season, and I know that a lot of people probably thought Leeds was not really up to it, stuff like this, but I was sad as well. I got asked the question after the game, how it's possible to play, the two halves were that different. I didn't see that, to be honest. I know it was not as spectacular in the first half, but it was preparing, it was calm, it was convinced and convincing, it was good. Against a deep defending side, you cannot create, especially not in our situation, you cannot create just second after second after second. You need to work for your moments, and that's what we did in the first half. And we're anyway up 2-0, which is absolutely fantastic result for half time. And second half, yes, then it was even we stepped up, but that's how it is. It was for Leeds then really difficult to deal with us, and the goals we scored were absolutely exceptional. So it was a very stable performance, which is very important, and that's where we have to build on. I cannot sit here and now guarantee any kind of results or whatever. But I said it before, weeks ago, months ago, we have to guarantee performance levels, and that's definitely what we have to do now. And knowing that in this game again, we used. It was not like this. We had more shots, more finishes, but not on target that many. So close next to post or whatever, these kind of things where we, which I consider as chances as well. But afterwards it looks like we had 7 chances and scored 6 times. That was not the case. So, but we have to be ready for not scoring early. We have to be ready for all the difficulties which you can face in a football game, and then overcome it and still stay. And stick to the plan and stick to the way we want to play, and that was I liked the most in that game. That I saw our plan the whole game, and that's what we have to do again.
Obviously, the levels at home this season have still been pretty consistent, certainly in terms of results. And 4 out of the next 5 games are at home. So, what opportunity do you feel does that give you to at least ask the question of those above you? Can you hang on to what you've got?
Don't know. And when you are in a super moment in the season, the only game you have to be worried about and you have to think about is the next one. If you are in not a good situation, the only game you have to think about is the next game. There's no alternative to that. And that's exactly what we do. I couldn't care less where we play after tomorrow, to be honest. It's just about the game tomorrow. It's about Nottingham Forest. It's about showing all the respect we have for them. With Steve Cooper, they're in a difficult situation. They will fight for their lives. Definitely, they will. Each point they can grasp will be massive, and if they can get 3, it will be super massive, and that's that's a team I expect. That's definitely the opposite of a friendly game, and that's what we have to be prepared for. But it's Anfield, and we have to use that as well. That's true. But one game. If we take it game by game, there's no other chance to do it, and then we will see. Whatever we can do in the season is the only thing what gives us any kind of chance is winning an awful lot of games. If you don't do that, we don't have to really talk, and I don't like that always talking about we win 1 game, then have to talk about what would it mean if we win the next 4. It makes no sense. All our focus on Nottingham.
I just wanted to touch again on Trent's switch of position, hybrid position, because it's obviously been met with quite a positive reaction. I just wonder now, Jurgen, is it too early to say whether that's the role for him moving forward, or is that his long-term progression now?
We will see that. Trent is on each position he played for us was always a super important player. This now slightly advanced role suits him in the moment really well. That's good. It's a challenge for everybody else to cover the spaces when we lose the ball, theoretically. But that with him there, we didn't lose that many balls, which was helpful as well. And yeah, that's it pretty much. But it's not written in stone or whatever. Why should we? He can play in different ways, and how he played the last 2 games was really, really good. That's true.
Thank you. Any fitness concerns for the weekend, Jurgen?
Yeah, unfortunately, Bobby picked up a muscle issue a little bit. We will see how long that takes. It's not too serious, but yeah, he's definitely out for tomorrow, and yeah, next week we have 2 more games. I would say they are impossible as well, and then we will see. Then we have to take it day by day.
That's actually ruined my next question, because I was going to ask you about having all 6 of your front 6 available and how you pick between them, but it's 5 now. How do you still pick between those 5? Is it about looking at the player's form, about targeting the opposition in certain ways? How will you decide?
The ticket into this team must be and will be definitely again counter-pressing. So that's how everything started. I wouldn't say we lost it a little bit out of eyesight, no, but we have so many. I saw so many games from us where I didn't like that, and that's a pretty strict thing. That doesn't mean that all 5 now available, and especially with Bobby, all 6 can do that pretty well. But if you do it in the game you play, you have a good chance to start again. So that's it. So, but we have opportunities to change, of course, and we will see how we do that. And now we have to change in the next few 2 weeks. We have 5 games. So yes, there will be changes, and that's good. Hopefully we can have at least these 5 then, or maybe from a moment on the 6 again. That would be absolutely great. And but everybody will play. Everybody's super important to us. But again, the ticket will be the desire to win the ball back after we lost it, because that always we had so many times where that made a difference in football games, and especially against deep defending sides. It's super important. Otherwise, you constantly have to defend counter-attacks, and that's what is one of the most difficult things in football, because the space is really big, and sometimes better timing of the opponent, all of a sudden the speed is not a decisive thing anymore of the defender. It's just a moment, and then they are gone, and it's a 1-1 situation with Ali. So we have to do that, and that's a big part of decision making for all positions.
You mentioned it with Vinny before, talking about Nottingham Forest form and what you expect from them. Do you often see a change in teams who have struggled at this sort of stage of a season when they are absolutely desperate for points? Are you facing a different beast than maybe the team that's only won 1 of their last 14?
No, so we had now our analyst meeting already, prepared everything, so it's a rather pragmatic style now. It's now clear. It's long balls, early set pieces, taking them there. I know Steve can play, has the ability as a coach, as a manager to play different ways, but obviously probably confidence is not on the highest level after the recent run of results, and so going there, becoming more pragmatic, it makes absolutely sense, and that's the team we have to expect. But it all starts with winning challenges, and that's what everybody can do, and that's what they will try to do, definitely.